right, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Good day. We want to bring you guys a very important update on Theta. We've had a massive correction. We're currently pumping, breaking past some resistance areas. So I brought on Messin to help break down kind of what's going on with Theta. What's up, man? Say what up to the people.
How's it going, people? Today, Theta is looking great. Obviously, we're retesting these levels we had before. We had a massive retracement from the $15, $16 all the way down to the $7, where we saw a bunch of buyers basically come in. We're having, those long wicks. Obviously, the whole market was crashing. Everybody was crying. Everybody was, just in a panic mode. But still, along the way, we were having people still accumulating. So we found that support at this previous technical, support, because it doesn't just drop and people hope for it to, find support somewhere. We can tell where it should typically find that support. And overall, we were in this descending triangle that Brendan has here somewhere, and we somewhere here. If you squeeze, if you really try to find the triangle, you'll find it.
Messin freaks out when he sees a lot of lines. You're more than two lines, people can't handle it. There's too many lines. But no, look, folks. Let's, it's very obvious here. We're in a descending triangle based off this wick and this wick here, extended trend line. This wick here and these wicks here, extended trend line. Then we just kind of find a base of support by just looking where price reacted frequently off of. So if we look here, kind of $11, kind of 16 cents, 15 cents here, we can see how we're constantly finding support and off this area here. So this can kind of serve as a floor of support as well here at kind of $9.86 because we have the 382 Fibonacci retracement right here. It was also kind of a price reactive level if we zoom in a bit here. So I think there's kind of like two floors to this same triangle, this one and this one, and we're currently getting rejected off kind of our first floor to this descending triangle.
Yeah, definitely, because we did retrace a lot. That's for sure. And now we're trying to see if we can go back to those normal levels. We broke below the support that we had here. We know for a fact the support since, the last week of March. We retrace back to it every time. Clear floor here. Again, support. And so as we were going down, we actually still, buyers, sellers tried to push the price down all the way to the $9. And still within the same day, buyers bought it up back up to the $11.20. So we still came back to the same range we were stuck in. Again, here we tried to find support. We failed. We broke back down. Now we're retesting this level. And just the fact, honestly, that I just peeked through it again is pretty good. So we're trying to go back to these higher levels that Theta was stuck in. And overall, you can see that we had a lot of resistance somewhere at the $12 and the $10 region. So we expect a lot of resistance, a lot of selling action. We're seeing that retracement happen already. But, if we go, maybe if we can show here those indicators, MACD's been in the bottom for a while. Stochastic's been on the bottom for a while. RSI still has some room to go down, so we shouldn't really get that excited. But I'll let you, maybe if you want to talk about the 4 hour, the 1 hour here, because we do think that there is a retracement after this massive pump is granted.
Yeah. So look, we're starting to see some strength here on the daily. But like you said, if we go over to lower time frames, we don't really see that strength. The histogram on the 4 going down, weighted MACD going down, stochastic RSI going down, regular RSI having a bit of a leg down. So we're not really seeing that strength build up, which makes a lot of sense in my opinion, because we're getting rejected off this very key range here at about $11.20, $11.15. Basically, what was that once previously that floor of support, since we've broken below it, that once previously strong floor support will now act as strong resistance. So the fact that we're getting rejected and seeing a little bit of weakness at a very reactive point makes a lot of sense in my opinion. As long as Theta can remain above, I think, like you were saying, that key range of $10 about $9.80. We have that fib level right there, and it's a nice psychological level. So I think we're probably very likely to just kind of range here in the short term, and whatever way we break out of this range will be very telling for kind of what the next major move is. We break out of here, $11.20. We're probably going to retest this VPVR point of control at kind of $20.20. If we break down from here, I think we're probably going to retest perhaps some of these lower regions here, maybe the sideways price action, one of our fib levels, this spike in volume here. So those are kind of some of the major short-term support and resistance levels that I'm looking out for.
Right. And I think even, just to kind of give it a bit of explanation to what happens on the daily chart here, we're seeing that, we've been stuck on the bottom for a while. If we're looking at the indicators again, we're still in the negative. It's still a negative momentum. Still more sellers are still dominant. We need the daily candle to close for this data points for the high, open, low, and closing prices to be, converted back to these indicators. But usually what happens is on bigger time frames, you see what's going to happen on a macro level. We've been going down a lot. So, hey, sometime soon we should have some sort of an uptick. We should start finding that support. And that's when you start going to, mid time frames, the 6 hour or the 4 hour, even sometimes the 12 hour, for example. Right now, we just literally this candle today started going to the positive. So we're seeing that happen already. And if we go maybe to the 4 hour, whatever Brendan just mentioned with that, we have a bit of retracement going on. So we pumped for a bit. We need to have some sort of retracement to continue that uptrend. But even if, this is for the traders, for the guys, the technical analysts, the experts, I know a lot of you guys are watching, but overall, if we're looking at this from a very macro scale, ever since I hate this VPVR so much. Let me just take it out.
It really wants our attention.
It does. So every time we went below the this guy over here, which is the 200 EMA on the hourly chart, we always come back to it and then retest, and get rejected. So now we just pumped above it for the first time and came back down to retest it already. Now it looks like we're going back up. So that's a pretty good signal overall. We might not even try to come back down, but I think, man, something like this could possibly happen where if we, something like this, where we go here, then push back up, maybe have some sort of a higher low, push back up, and then try to break out of this. So we form some sort of an ascending triangle on very micro scale. And this is just for the traders. If you're looking at this a very long term, this doesn't mean anything at the moment. This is just
very short term stuff.
Very short term.
If I can just add something, build on top of what you were saying, because you kind of said something.
Go ahead.
You said something very important, but you kind of skipped over. I want to hover on that for a second because it's a very good point, which is you were saying here how we were constantly getting rejected off this 200 EMA on the 1 hour. That's actually very significant because all throughout this downtrend, whenever we're downtrending, it's always a good idea to bust out your different exponential moving averages, see what exponential moving average we're constantly getting rejected off. In this case, it was the 200 EMA on the 1 hour. And as soon as we break above it, fall back down to retest and hold it as support, that's an inflection point. It's telling you something has changed, that this price structure is different. And so you're right. If we continue to just move sideways and hold above this thing, I mean, hell, that would look like a bull flag to me, or some kind of bull flag. So we could definitely start to make moves to the upside if we continue to hold above this region. Ultimately, for myself, I want to see Theta get above $11.20 and $11.20 and $12.20, $12.30. If we can leave these regions here and hold above those regions, I think Theta is very likely to see bullish continuation.
There you go. You heard it, guys. If you like that, I'm good, unless you got something else to add here. But
no.
Just like we said, just to summarize it, bigger time frames are looking very nicely bullish. We consolidated for a while. Lower time frames are starting to look kind of spicy, and we're just waiting on a nice movement, which we kind of already had. But it's definitely, I think there's a bunch of. But then again, if this video ends, it doesn't mean that Theta is about to explode. 100%. Do your own research. Look at your own chart. Never put your money in any coin if you're just not fully confident about it. And we're just random guys, just putting some information out for you. Take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Be confident in it. Then make moves. And
I would also just add, because I do own Theta, I'm holding Theta for the long term. Whether it corrects or continues to pump, I'm a long-term holder of Theta. So just be aware. I think just for full disclosure, I am holding Theta as well. Just before we leave off
Great
here,
news.
Yeah, we can probably draw a trend line here. And if we break above this trend line, that would just be one little bit of further confirmation of a bullish trend reversal if we can break above this green trend line here. So that's just something to be aware of kind of for the short term here. But look, folks, if you've made it this far, you're a trooper. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. If you like what we do, you want to support us, become a VIP Discord member. I think Messin was once found on our VIP Discord. So if you want to talk to me and Messin, please check that out. Link for everything is down in the description below. That's it for me, man. If you got any final words.
No, just wash your mouth next time. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
Take care.